Okay, so this is a video that I managed to get from tube.indian. Okay, it was shared online. This is a pretty viral video. So what I'm going to do is I will play the video, and first I'll tell you what I see, and then I will give you my thoughts and reactions about this. So this guy wearing blue is showing the India shirt. He's pretty pumped up. He's doing this dance. There's a guy at the back with the beard, very happy. He's going to take out his shirt, goes front. It shows India, and then he takes it off. And now there's a black shirt written New Zealand, with the New Zealand logo. And, it's very happy, he's celebrating. Yay, I did something great. Okay, so it's a very short video. And, if you have seen this, I'm pretty sure you would go to the comment section and check what do people have to say. Now, there are three schools of thought. Okay, three schools of thought. One is a person who is, loyal and faithful to India, who's an Indian passport holder, who stays in India, who considers India his motherland. For him, he would be very deeply offended. For him, it would be more like an insult. It's like you're throwing the country, the name, the image, whatever it's represented, you just threw it on the ground, and now that you're in a new place, you forgot your roots. That's one. I'll speak more about it, okay? The second school of thought is, it's his life. He can do whatever he wants, who the hell cares? He's no one significant. The third school of thought is people saying, oh, finally, he got away from the shithole. People have actually commented. Some people said that, no, even some people said that now that his lungs will not have pollution and dirt, and some others said he'll have better employment opportunities. Oh, what a good quality life. Oh, sheesh, another guy, another Indian, thankfully escaped. So it's very like India's, yuck, and now he's in a better place, that kind of thing. So I thought I would give you my views on this. What do I think? And feel free, comment down below. Now, I know most of you will be assuming that I will say that because some of you brand me as anti-Indian, anti-national, that, I'll say, finally, yes. No, it doesn't go that way. I don't give a damn what you think about me or what's your opinion, anti-Indian, anti-this, anti-that. I'll try to give you a very logical perspective. See, now, let's understand why the Indians have got hurt. Okay, let's say, for example, I adopt a child. Okay, I adopt a child and bring her to my house. I take care of her as my own child. We feed her, we send her to school, we pay her expenses. We have good times, we have bad times. Sometimes there's a lot of love, sometimes there's fun, sometimes I shout, sometimes I discipline her, whatever. So that kid is in my house. Now, after, let's say, 15 years or whatever, or 10 years, the child, say 15 years, okay, 15 years, the child finds out its real parents. So the real parents discover the child, and they say, we had, abandoned this child. We would like to take our child back, and legally, the child has to go back to the mother and father. Okay, so I'd adopted this kid. Now the kid has gone back to the mother and father. Now imagine how me as a parent, or my wife, or my family would feel if tomorrow I see a video online that says, thank goodness I got out of that Roy Machedo's house. What a shithole it was. It was pathetic. They were poor people. They didn't have money, and they were abusive, and they were pieces of shit, and they didn't treat me well, and all complaints and mocking and making fun. It is but obvious that even if I was not a very good parent or a perfect parent, I would feel hurt. My wife would feel hurt. And generally the family would feel insulted, because it is like you put it on a public domain. You've thrown us like in the gutter. It's like washing dirty laundry and made us look so bad. And if we don't have, let's say, for example, we don't have a video where we can share this, it would hurt even more. But if we had a video, then obviously we would say, this is how he was and responded. Okay. So I'm giving you a gist of how a person would feel. Now, this is how the Indians actually feel. They feel that this guy was born in India. He had an Indian passport. He lived in India all this while. He was part of our family, so to speak. Okay, nobody would have done him any favors. Nobody would have taken care of him. Nothing. He had to fend for himself. He had to look after himself. But he was part of the so-called Indian family. And now, after going abroad, and now that he has a new citizenship and he doesn't need India anymore, he has, through these actions, shown, or the way he has portrayed it is like, oh, I got away from that shit. Ha! I'm proud. This is my new family. Okay. So that is why our Indians feel hurt. And I'll tell you this much. When I was in my 20s, even though I lived in Dubai, when I got married to this Irish girl and, she had given me all these big promises to go to Ireland, this actually happened. I remember going to the airport to go to Dublin, Ireland. That was the first time I was actually going to fly out of Dubai, not to India, not for a visa change to Oman or Qatar or Bahrain, Oman. No, was actually flying to a Western country. And you're talking, this is about 28 years ago. I was going to go to Dublin. You would not believe, I'm being honest here. Actually, when I was driving, in my heart, I said to Dubai, I said, okay, goodbye, camel country. Who wants to have this desert and who wants to have this Arabs and who wants to have this shitty people? In my mind, I was actually thinking that, yes, finally, I am now going to have a international global passport, white passport. Well, little did I know that after getting there, I'd be treated like shit. I would have a tough time. I would not have a job. I would suffer a lot. And then finally, I had to make up my mind whether I wanted to leave or not. And long story, but I've made a video on that. You can check Machedo First Divorce. My mother convinced me, which I shouldn't have, but my mother convinced me to come back. You're being treated like shit there. You're having a tough time. You're literally like homeless. Come back. Here at least it's not perfect, but you'll be treated, like a king. So I listened to her, which I shouldn't have. I should have fought it out. In hindsight, you can hope life would be much more perfect. So I came back with the tail between my legs and I was deeply embarrassed. I was deeply ashamed. It took a lot out of me. It's not like, ha, 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 you deserved it. I was depressed for nearly, I think, 2 years. 2 years to start believing in myself. I was very depressed. I literally shaved my head and sat in the house and never went out. I was so ashamed, so deeply ashamed. I know many of you are saying, ha, ha, ha. So you who is talking bad about India, one day you'll come back like a dog and all. That's for the future. Let's see what happens. We don't know if you or me will live or die. Let's keep that for later. But like I said, the reason why I was so proud and, I'm now going to have a Gora passport, white passport, is because one is I had very low self-esteem, very, very low. See, anyone who does something like this suffers from low self-esteem because they think their value is based on the passport they have or their value is based on external identities. Okay? And this is a fact. I'm not going too psychological or I'm not giving you emotional hocus pocus. The fact is, you as a human being, you should be proud where you are, who you are, whatever the case. Even if you're poor, even if you're rich, you need to, I'm not saying show off, but have self-respect. Okay? By tomorrow, let's say a normal person becomes rich. Yes, you will get more respect in society. Yes, people will suck up to you. They'll kiss your ass. They'll praise you. They'll want they would want to be part of your circle. But then if you lose everything, all these external fake friends, fake girlfriends, relatives, even your own mother, father, brother, sister, all of them may dump you once you don't have anything. And I've been there. that Loy Machedo suicide video on YouTube. When you don't have anything and when you're homeless, they all leave you. So what is important is whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're Indian passport holder or whether you're American passport holder, whether you are successful, first you need to have self-respect and know that all these external bits don't make you more valuable, less valuable. Because, see, end of the day, whether you like it or not, you and I are going to go 6 feet underground. When we die, we can't take our passport, we can't take the money, we can't take the fame, we can't take the success. We'll either go 6 feet underground or we'll be cremated. And I have that video, which you can type it out. Loy Machedo, my wife's father, he died. And I actually witnessed the cremation. Sorry, I saw the videos and this thing. I didn't personally witness. I witnessed somebody else. A real body goes inside. They have a machine kind of this thing where they do a controlled burnout, and then the ashes come out, just the bones. So they control the pollution. So I've made a video on the death of my landlady's husband who died due to cancer. Okay. So an actual body, all the relatives are there. It goes inside this furnace. And obviously it takes hours. So it's a controlled flame and they make sure the pollution, everything is controlled. So when that same tray came out, the body went in. When the tray came, there was just bones, few bones, which are left. And I'll tell you, that was the first time that I actually witnessed something like this. And I looked at it and I was like, is this it? Is this all that there is to us as human beings? Just imagine, he was a living person. I interacted with him, spoke to him, touched him, talked to him. And after he died, his poor father his father's 92. If you were part of my Facebook, you'd know that. 92-year-old, he had to bury his son who was in his 50s. He had to, cremate. And, when he died in the hospital, he had to take off all his clothes and change his clothes, which his father did with his own hands. He refused to ask anybody else. So we come from nothing. We literally come from, somebody has sex from the ball sack, one sperm goes in ovary, and we come from nothing. And when you die, finished. I'm not getting spiritual here. I'm not trying to be a Sadguru or spiritual hocus pocus. I'm giving you facts. And after you're dead, who remembers you? Nobody cares. Finished. Your story is over. People say, no, I want to leave a legacy. What legacy, man? People, unless you're some world famous guy or a legend or someone, no, your own relatives after your generation, they'll remember you here and there. Like my wife remembers her father here and there. But after her generation goes, my daughter and all that, they hardly remember him. So we are just there for one generation. Next generation, they'll hardly remember. Third generation, you don't exist. So, not trying to get spiritual here, but the point I was trying to make here is we feel our sense of worth, our identity is with this passport. And that is why if you see many Indians, when they go abroad, many of them even put on an accent. Hi, how are you? This is Ram speaking. Ram. It's not Ram, it's Ram. How are you doing, mate? And you're like, Baba, what happened to your accent? And he'll be like, oh, no, nothing. Just been here a couple of years now, 5 years. And people don't seem to relate to me if I were to speak with my Indian accent. And having mixed around with so many, now my accent has changed. No, shut up, you piece of shit. Your accent from childhood doesn't change. You're just putting on a fake fucking accent. I have some of my relatives who are there. Sometimes they try to give me this accent. I say, listen, see, stop. You sound Indian, be Indian. Okay, with me. Outside you go and put the say. People even there are a lot of Indians, and they make fun of my accent. They say, "You sound Indian." You sound Indian. What do you want me to sound like? What, someone from Texas? Oh, this is not correct pronunciation. Why, your pronunciation is correct? Why don't you call me, and I'll put you with a couple of my friends who are English professors, who are professionals in terms of teaching accent. Let's talk. Put up a video. Put up a YouTube video and show me what is your accent. See, we don't have to uh, put on anything, put on an accent, put on an image. In fact, one of my older videos, I even spoke about this. There was this guy who I knew, very simple guy. I think he was Bhori Muslim. He was working for this local Arab company. This is during the boom, property boom in Dubai. He was getting like $2,000 salary, $2,000 per month. Hardworking guy in his 50s, simple. And then when the property boom came, a lot of companies from Australia, from UK, they set up their offices in Dubai. This is Dubai, you're talking of, I think, nearly 20 years here. So, not 20 years, sorry, 15 years. 15, 10, yeah, 20. I'm 48. What am I? I keep thinking I'm 40. 48 at the age of 30. At the age of 30. So, this guy, from $2,000, I think he got around like $12,000 or $13,000. From here, his salary jumped up here. So I used to meet him in this Toastmasters club, which is public speaking. And when he used to come, he used to wear a normal shirt, no tie, simple normal shirt, office trousers, and normal shoes. Like, he looked like a normal guy because he had a couple of children. A lot of money used to go for their education. But when he came down after he got the job, like how I knew he got the job, he came down with almost like a three-piece suit. He was wearing gold cufflinks. He had a bloody gold glittering watch. I don't know, must have been thousands of dollars. His car, which he had a normal Toyota second-hand, he bought himself one of these Range Rovers, big ass. This thing, he took a loan. And when I saw this, I was like, whoa, what happened to you, man? What the hell happened to you? So he was like, hi, Loy, how are you? Like, he was wearing a designer tie. It was glittering. He was actually glittering. He looked like one of those multi-millionaires, okay, wearing a dark golden brown kind of suit and all that. I asked him, what the hell happened? You won a lottery or what the hell? No, Loy, no. I got this job with this company. And because he was close to me and because I was to give him tips on public speaking, he considered me like a mentor. So he said, Loy, I asked him, how much salary you're getting? So he told me that. And plus, he's getting perks and benefits. Australian company, they give high standard. That is initially, okay. So I was like, whew, man. And then I asked him, no, Loy, I'm meeting the who's who. I'm meeting people who are rich, people who are successful. I'm meeting whites. I'm meeting Emiratis. They have a Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Maybach. I can't go with my Toyota. So I had to upgrade myself. And he literally took loans for everything, for his dress. He actually appointed a fashion consultant who bought him took him and, bought him a whole new wardrobe, and he changed his house to Dubai from Sharjah. However, after the property boom died, which died within, I think, a few months after that, nearly a year, I think, he vanished. I never saw him. Maybe he took too many loans based on that salary, and I guess life is over. Anyway, so I remember at that time I said, see, listen, you're still the same guy. That's what I told him. I think you're doing a little bit too excess. He's saying, see, Loy, this is not who I am, but I have to rub shoulders with the who's who and all that. So I have to be like this. So I said, okay, fine, whatever. And he continued until he lost everything. And then I guess he was too embarrassed to face us. In fact, I'll give one final example before I conclude with this. I remember some of my relatives, you'll be very surprised to know some of my South Indian relatives have married some, North Indians. Okay, North Indians. And this particular North Indian was like, he was into gambling, he was into money, he was into a lot of stuff. Okay, and a lot of businesses, but he was never successful. They had three, four children. Okay, and we used to go meet them. They were like normal. Suddenly, one of their businesses hit big time, very, very big time. So big that they were making millions. Okay. And the next time I met them, this is when I was a small boy, in my teens or something. When I met them this time, they had a bungalow. They had, the works. They had the super expensive foreign cars. That time, foreign cars were not available in India. So we went down to meet them. And they were living, all of them had separate rooms. Just imagine, from a simple one bedroom, this thing, they became like the big thing. But here's the part which was really bad. They treated us like shit. They made us feel like we are low. And they acted like as if we were dirt. And we kept quiet. My parents, they kept quiet. Took us to a five-star hotel in India. And they were saying, we'll pay the bill. You don't have to touch. But they rubbed it on our faces. Well, I don't know. You believe in karma or whatever. After that, I think because of the gambling habit and taking risks, the guy ended up losing everything and he died. He died because of heart attack and pressure, and people were hounding him for money and all that. And they obviously lost all their money. The mother, today, the mother and all of them, um, they struggled. They couldn't keep up. They didn't know how to run the business. And eventually, I guess, they came down to earth. And then when we met them the following time, okay, because, the guy died, they were back to their old self. So the question is, you see, simple. Money went to the moon, lost everything, came back simple. So why put on all this? See, about this guy, it's because he has a low self-esteem. He associates having this passport makes me superior. But now the struggles that he'll have to face, he'll have to get a job, which is a, a challenge in itself. And New Zealand's economy is not booming. New Zealand has a lot of unemployed people. I know because there are friends who are in New Zealand. Their economy is not like booming or something. Job situation is pretty tough. And crime rate is very high, very, very high and very scary, much more higher than India. And it's not like those simple crimes. These are hardcore crimes. And New Zealanders they are tough SOBs. Huh? They haka dance and all that. So they're very tough people and they don't take crap. See, he being an Indian, he'll be easily identified as an Indian. He'll be treated like an Indian, even if he has a Gora passport. Okay. And once this excitement of getting this new passport is over, no one, trust me, I know people who have migrated to many parts of the West. After that initial excitement, then you come back to earth when you have to pay the taxes, when you have to pay the bills, you have to pay house, mortgage, children's fees, or if they're studying for free. And then the challenge of raising their children. And if you get married or there with someone, it's not going to be easy. And if a divorce takes place, a lot of challenges are there in life. Most of our Indians think once they get the Gora passport, life is better. The challenges just start. The hardships just start. The headaches just start. And you'll have a tough time. And I don't wish him anything bad. But what he has done is he has predominantly showed that if I get something better, he'll be like, fuck you, to the olden. And if an employer was there, he would definitely, if the employer is smart, if he has wisdom, if he has maturity, he'll see that if you can treat your ex-country this way, with so much of disrespect and being ungrateful, if you work for me and tomorrow you get someone better, you'll treat me the same way, man. So I doubt anyone would give him a job if they are mature and if they can see through this. Because remember, your core personality, it carries. That is why someone who uh, someone who has, committed a crime, or someone who can backstab you, or someone who can lie. It's in their DNA. You can't change them. So anyway, I don't wish him bad. I wish him all the best. Maybe he'll be very successful. But to the Indians who get hurt, I would just say, it's his life. Let him do what he wants here. I mean, it shouldn't impact you. Yes, it hurts. Don't take it personally. Uh, he just wanted his passport. He got it. You focus on what are your goals. For him, this goal of his, this was his ultimate goal. Get the passport. Nothing else. Well, uh, make other goals, like making money, being successful, achieving legacy standards in your industry. So keep your goals. Let him do whatever the hell he wants. Okay. So this is my stance. Let me know, what do you think in the comment section below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. Take care.